Hey, everybody. We are going to continue our discussion about being an expert and how you can use that status to build your business or your brand. So in a previous video, I gave you 8 ways to tell if you are an expert. And let's run through them real quick. Let's see how fast I can pull this up. These are 8 ways. If you can check 2 or 3 of these, then you are indeed an expert. And a lot of us can check off more. But if you can at least check off 2 or 3, you can claim that expert status. So 1, 85% more than your target market. 2, you're getting results for your clients already. 3, you have your own blog, podcast, YouTube channel where you're talking about your expertise. You're sharing your insights and thought leadership on your chosen topic. Next, you have an engaged following, a social media following where they look to you for tips and strategies on your chosen topic. You've been featured in the media, you're already a public speaker, or you have published a book. If you can check 2 or 3 of those things, you are indeed an expert. And so I'm sorry, my name is Nikki Woods. My mom would not be proud that I did not introduce myself. My name is Nikki Woods, and I am I'm a part of the media. I've been a part of the media for upwards of 2 decades. For a long time, I was in the media. I still am a part of that, but I was full-time in the media. I was a producer, I was an editor, I was a reporter, and for most of my career, I was also the on-air talent. And now I help people use media to build their business and their brand. And so a lot of, of who I work with they are considered experts, they're speakers, they're authors, they're thought leaders, and they really are looking to get more visibility around what they're doing and what their message is. And so that's who I work with. And so now that we have determined that you are an expert, I wanted to share 4 things that you can do to help position yourself as an expert and become the go-to person in the media. So you know that you've got all this stuff going on. I would really start first by getting noticed by the media on social media. So the best way to get noticed by a journalist really is to start retweeting their content on Twitter, as long as it's relevant to you and your followers, and commenting on their blog posts or online articles. So if you do that, you really can start to get their attention. And if you show that you have like an active following on social media and people that are really engaged and will get the message out even further, then it really does give you more credibility in the eyes of the media. They don't want to see your Facebook page, or they want to go to your Twitter and it's like, crickets, it's like a ghost town. That is not going to help them. They want you to be able to share the message. They want you to be able to add your platform to theirs. So you have to have some social media followers, but more importantly, really good social media engagement. The next thing you can do, this is number 2, is introduce yourself. I mean, they're not going to know you want to be interviewed if you don't tell them. So simply send them an email, let them know who you are, that you're willing to talk on a subject when they need it. And tell them why they should care about you. So tell them, give them your credibility stats. Let them know exactly who you are and why you're the expert and why you're the perfect person to help their audience. Also, hopefully they've already, like I said, started seeing you pop up on social media if you did what I said first. So your name is like coming out of the blue. And I always tell a quick story about a 13-year-old girl who followed me on Twitter. She was lovely. Her name is Nazi the Baker, and she would say good morning to me almost every single day on Twitter. She would just say good morning. She followed me, she shared content, and after a while you notice that, and it really prompted me. She never asked me for an interview, so she didn't get to step 2, but she did step 1 really, really well. And it prompted me to reach out to her and figure out who she was and what she did. And, she got interviews, she got media out of that because I was just so impressed with her message, but even more so that she was just, she was just there. She really, really was there, and she connected. And that was a big reason why she got some of the interviews that she did. The third thing is to be helpful. So put yourself in the media professional shoes. What would make you want to build a relationship with you as the expert, or you as the author, or you as the speaker? I know, as a former producer and as a journalist myself, I love anybody that made my job a little bit easier. So, and I had a handful of go-to people who would send me stuff, and I would often book them for interviews. But it's a great way to build relationships. Sometimes they would tip me off if they just heard a great story and it really didn't necessarily have anything to do with them. But if I needed an expert to comment on it, then chances are I would ask them first if they were able to do it. So you want to get inside. I mean, a lot of my media contacts, I had them in my cell phone. I mean, it was that crucial that I have this go-to contact list, and they had my direct cell phone number because they were so great and they were so resourceful. So think about that. Think how you can be helpful. And then the last thing is just pick up the phone, send an email, send a nice card. I mean, I think that, a lot of us are busy, and I don't necessarily advocate phoning a journalist with story ideas or tip-offs all the time. But I think that it's nice to know that somebody is plugged in. And I think having the occasional conversation with somebody who has already proven that they're a resource is certainly something that most journalists would do. Now, everybody is different. Like I even had, I had on my voicemail, I told you not to leave me a message, like just send me an email. It's much easier. So everybody has their process. But I think if you can watch people for a while, you can kind of get an idea of how they like to communicate. Like for me, I don't mind people reaching out and pitching me on social media as long as they still pitch me the right way. And we'll talk about pitching probably in the next series that I'm going to do. But everybody kind of has their thing. And I even tell people, like in interviews or whatever, that social media is the easiest way to get me. It's always easier to tweet me than it is to just physically pick up the phone. And of course there's more that you can do, but those are some tips to kind of get you started. One of the things that I've started doing is creating a database, not only of media outlets, because I have a ton of them, but now I'm looking for experts because I've been getting so many calls and emails from media professionals saying, I need guests. I know you've got guests. Give me guests. And so I'm looking for people that are outside of my client base who want to be guests on these media, whether it's the media outlets, whether it's a podcast or blog talk radio show, radio station, whatever it may be. And I want to pair you up. So I put together a little database and a website. You can go check it out. It's called makeexpertconnections.com, makeexpertconnections.com. And you can enter your information. If you are an expert and you're looking to do more interviews, you can enter your information. And if you're actually a media professional who's looking for more guests, you can enter your information as well. And I'm going to start to pair up people. It's my passion. I know what media can do, what visibility can do, and what a game changer it can be. And so this is my little contribution. This is my contribution to visibility. So definitely check it out. And I'm going to be talking about some other things that you can do to leverage your expertise once you do start getting the media. So that's going to be the next video. So watch out for that. All right. Thank you, guys. I will talk to you soon. And don't forget to check out the website. I mean, I hope that it will be helpful. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you have any feedback, that is phenomenal as well. So I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.